Yes, everybody, welcome. My name is Elvis Chinwosu. I am the leader for African Cultural Awareness in Norway, and I am a diaspora with a strong and spiritual attachment to Nigeria. Even if I have lived almost all my life in Norway, my soul and in fact, when I dream as a Nigerian. And I have with me today somebody who I hope he also dreams like a Nigerian. He's talking to me from the greatest city in the world, New York. So,
Yes.
Oga Steven, as you can see, he is the host of Peter Obi's Save Nigerian group. These are one of the most patriotic global citizens that have Nigerian descent, who I met online when we started the Obidati movement 9 months ago. Because most of us, friends of Nigerians, diaspora with roots and interests in Nigeria, we saw that Nigerians were suffering. We saw that our country is suffering. We saw that one of the bravest, beautiful place in the world, where anybody who says he's a Nigerian, people stands up. We saw they needed help. And we have used the digital revolution to bring ourselves together. So welcome, Mr. Stephen. Welcome, and God bless you for what you've been doing. How is it in New York? And what are you doing right now?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. New York City is a city that never sleeps. We are pushing forward for Nigeria. Right now, we are preparing for a mega rally in Washington, D.C. Tomorrow for as part of the global march. I will talk about it later. But I'm currently engaging my people on the ground across Nigeria because Save Nigerian Group USA is a support group for Peter Obi on the ground, and we have members across the 36 states and the FCT. So most of the things I do beyond hosting my Twitter space, PO Town Square, I also engage them daily to make sure they're going out there to sensitize voters and prepare them because we have 8 days to go.
Yes, thank you very much. Oga Steven, as I used to call you, what is your motivation? Why did you have you for the past 9 months, almost on a daily basis, used your time, resources, and everything you have to be running a Twitter space?
Thank you very much. Just like you, I have a spiritual connection to Nigeria. Unlike you, I have not stayed away for too long. I've been in New York now almost 10 years, about 10 years roughly. I was born and raised in Nigeria. I went to University of Nigeria, did my NYSC and worked in Nigeria for a while. So I still have family, friends, and wards back home. And I keep in touch. And when I arrived in New York City, I did wonder what do they do differently? How come our country is not working? And over the years, I've come to find that it's not rocket science; it's just leadership problems. And there's always been a yearning for getting leadership right at home. And once I connected with Mr. Peter Obi, which was my encounter with him, was on the platform where he talked about his work in Anambra State. I said, any day this man comes out for any office, I will do everything I can to support him. In 2019, I supported him, although not very actively, as a vice presidential candidate. And when he came out from the big two parties and went on his own to the Labour Party, that was around May, June. I said I would do everything humanly possible to support this man. And since then, I launched my support group, started recruiting people, started engaging people on Twitter, using the platform to meet people like yourself and many others. And 9 months down the line, we're closer to our victory than when we first began.
Yes. From your experiences now, what do you think is the biggest challenge we are going to face? The obedient movement worldwide, and the people of Nigeria, those of them that are in the front line of this movement. What do you envisage could be the biggest challenge, and what kind of advice do you have for for the obedience?
Thank you very much, Oga Elvis. I always call you my Oga. Yes, it's we've been through quite a lot of challenges. Some of the challenges initially when we started was, you're going to waste your vote. In Nigeria, only two-party system works. There is no chance you guys will run out of steam. So that was the initial challenge. So my job then was to boost the morale of young people to say, yes, we can. Barack Obama did it here in the United States. I was very well aware of the fact that nobody gave Barack Obama a chance. And Peter Obi reminded me of what Barack did here. So initially, our challenge was to make people believe that we can do it. Then it came to a point where we faced financial challenges because Peter Obi, being a sincere man, he did not have the state resources which other parties has mortgaged. He's a sincere man. He came to say, you are running through me, and we have to raise funds. So funding has been a challenge because Nigerians are not used to donating to political campaigns. I personally have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my own. I've been able to raise even more on my Twitter space and with friends here in diaspora to support things like voter sensitization, education, Peter Obi jingles, and all those kind of activities on the ground across Nigeria. So the challenges that we'll face now as we go closer to the election is that of holding forth, staying focused, eyes on the prize. In Nigeria, there is security challenges, how to encourage people to come out en masse, because when they do come out en masse on election day, this victory is assured because the polls have shown that Peter Obi will win this election by a landslide, howbeit with a massive voter turnout. So that is the challenge we'll face. So my advice to Nigerians at home, which are the most important Nigerians, because diasporans cannot vote because of the bad laws in Nigeria. Peter Obi, when he came to New York, he promised us that he's going to ensure that this is the last election we diasporans cannot vote. So why I say the most important people in this election are Nigerians at home, because they are the ones with the PVC that will vote to herald a new Nigeria. So the challenge will be how to bring out the vote. We need to have massive voter turnout to ensure our victory, and that is the challenge. My encouragement is get everybody in your family to come out everywhere you are, whether you have PVC or not, go and support those with their PVC. For this is a ballot-based revolution, and in a revolution, nobody sits at home. We must all go out there to our nearest polling unit.
Yes, viewers, if you are joining us, this is Elvis Chimosu from African Cultural Awareness in Norway interviewing Mr. Stephen, the host of Peter Obi's Save Nigerian Group USA. And if you have any questions, since we're on live now, I'm saying that we're having a lot of live viewers. You can also drop us a comment. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, depending on where you are, I know you are in America, you've not even, I don't know whether if you've entered Friday safe, but we in China here, Shanghai, we're already midday, in fact, over midday, 2 o'clock now in Shanghai. And then we're almost approaching Saturday. And it is 1 million, 100 million, they said. 100 million. Let me change that. Why do we need 100 million march for P2B? As you can see, scrolling down.
Yes. Thank you very much. So this 100 million man march, which is coming up on the 18th tomorrow across Nigeria and diaspora, is to put a last show of force, that's what I call it, to the movement. When we started this before the campaigns was launched officially in September, we planned a mega rally across the country and diaspora. I carried out a rally in New York City, where I live, October 1st. And that happened in London, it happened in Paris, it happened across Nigeria, and of course, here in America, I led the one that happened in New York for Peter Obi, which was significant because that was the Nigerian Independence Day. And our team there was A New Nigeria is Possible with Peter Obi. That was before Peter Obi launched his official campaign using the Electoral Commission calendar. That led to a massive boost to the movement. People then saw that the people are with Peter Obi. He has the people with him. That energy pushed the campaign front from a third force that was supposedly in a fringe party. Peter Obi became the candidate to beat. And since then, he has maintained consistency, continuously led this electoral cycle. We believe that ending the cycle as we go towards the end of the campaign, it is only normal and appropriate to do something like what we did in October, a worldwide rally to show to the world and Nigerians who are still on the fence, that Peter Obi has the people behind him, that yes, we can. A new Nigeria is possible. That is the essence of this rally. And this one is even bigger because now we're going to have rallies in Australia, even in Christchurch, New Zealand, of course, all over Europe, Munich, Germany. And I know some people are trying to do something in China as well. So maybe my brother Elvis can find a location in China. We're going to be meeting this time, not New York, but I'm going to Washington, D.C., 2 minutes from the White House. We're going to be singing the Peter Obi, Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke. Hopefully, when Biden hears us, he can come down, the President of the United States, to join us. And also, it's also significant because we will be at the steps of the Congress, and we're going to draft a communique here in the United States to demand for free, fair, and credible elections in Nigeria. We want to engage the diaspora, so call their people back home to make sure they come out to vote. Coming out to vote is the most important thing anybody can do that is obedient. Peter Obi needs you, Nigeria needs you, and I'm saying to you, come out on Saturday, tomorrow, all over the country, wherever you are, find your match location. But if you are in diaspora, look for the locations and also join. It will give that morale booster to push this campaign towards the finish line, and we're going to finish strong.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Onyeshi. Thank you. In fact, your job is wonderful. It's priceless. I don't know, like as we used to say in Norway, Nigeria thanks you and Nigeria will bless you. But as you know, election, as we also say in Norway, is not a Sunday school. Or for those of them who are Muslim, it's not an Islamic school where you're kind and it's brother or sister, assalamu alaikum, bismillah, rahman rahim. It is a fight. Sometime in Nigeria, even we Nigerians, we have forgotten what Wazir Ibrahim of blessed memory, may his soul rest in peace, told us that politics should be without bitterness. But my brother, you have seen how it's going, especially with the opinion polls now favoring Peter Obi. And we see now that the embezzlers masquerading as leaders, these vicious, power-drunk politicians that has created a dysfunctional state of affairs that has made Nigerians to become the most unsafe place after Afghanistan and Syria, that has cost that 22 million out of children, 22 million children out of school, that has created a place where not only Boko Haram, after they came and said they will secure and change Nigeria, but that today the South is unsafe, the Southwest is unsafe, the Delta is unsafe, nothing is working. Pollution, even in River State, suits are killing people. So when you then try to take power from them, we see that the narratives are changing and becoming very violent. So my question, as you can read there, is how do we counteract negative violence? How do we heal the nation? How do we make sure that we check post-election violence? We saw what happened in Kenya. So what do you think we should do? Because I believe in my mind, you have always known that we obedience, that we are peaceful people, even if our being peaceful people should not be taken for granted. We will always give people pushback, but it's better to fight with words and not violence. So I would like to know, even in the face of these catastrophic circumstances, how do we go out and vote massively and then mitigate against hate, violent extremism, no matter where it is? I'm sorry for the long speech.
No problem. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. That's very, very valid. What's going on now in Nigeria is, yes, Peter Obi is leading the polls, and that has brought more attention. The opponents, which initially thought it would be a walk in the park, they did not see Peter Obi coming. And now he's front and center, poised to win. The latest poll by Anam, which is a very reputable organization, projects Peter Obi wins at first ballot, and he's even double-digit lead to the next contender. And that has brought so much fear and panic in the All Progressive Congress, APC, like they call themselves. violence have broken out. In the rally in Lagos, people were attacked when they were trying to go to a Peter Obi rally. Some obedience have even lost their lives, like Victoria Chintex, who was murdered in southern Kaduna for just supporting Peter Obi. People came, gunmen came, shot her and killed her, and shot her husband, who luckily survived after a gunshot injury. So yes, there is issues of violence, there's issue of hate, but Napoleon Bonaparte famously said, there are but two powers in the world, the sword and the mind. And he says, in the long run, the mind overcomes the sword. So obedience must take over the narrative. We must preach peace. We must talk to our people to stay confident that you do not back down to a bully. We must come out en masse. There's power in numbers. If you are in your polling unit and over 1,000 of you are there, three people coming to see 1,000 people who have suffered under this bad government for 8 years, they naturally will flee because these people are cowards. There's also a way to appeal to them before they get to that point where they are coming to attack, to note that when Peter Obi comes, Nigeria will be better for even them who are being used by political actors, because the politicians hide their families away here in diaspora. We see them all the time here in America. You see them in Europe. You see them in Dubai, while they use thugs and touts to prosecute elections and violence, while their children are in Ivy League schools all over the world. So people must use the power of the mind to educate our people to say no to violence, say no to anarchy, come out en masse, because this is a ballot-based revolution. You are trying to take and retire old entrenched politicians. It will not be easy, but stay confident, because Peter Obi is a candidate that has sold himself by his capacity, competence, and integrity. It's a product that is easy to sell. And I usually say that if Nigeria was a normal country that has that values integrity and capacity, this election will be a no contest. Every Nigerian will be voting Peter Obi. But again, some people do things for their own personal interest. So we, the people, 220 million strong, we are saying Peter Obi is the one we want. Yes, there are detractors, but this election is already a victory waiting to happen. Just come out en masse and do not be afraid. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. On a last note, what do you want diasporans to do now? And in what way can we support all the support groups on the ground? I know we've been doing a lot, but these few days now, what is the most important thing to do? I was on a Twitter space, where a sister was saying, please, if you have a generator, the type because I passed my neighbor, take it with you, fill it up with fuel, and take it down to the polling station. Take with you your stative, your selfie stative, all these beautiful girls that used to do selfies and everything. This is the time now to do a lot of selfie at the station if you have a drum. But most of all, if you have anything, water, pure water, take it down. And let us do it in a way where we will enjoy this election. Because actually, a transition to a better governance is something that is worth celebrating. And Absolutely. We should not give up that no matter the PDP or APC people, we should still win them over at the last. So what do you expect from diasporas to do now? And if any of them want to contribute through your space, where do they reach out to do that?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to have spoken to you on this interview. We meet all the time at PO Town Square. For those that are on Twitter, at Peter Obi USA is the handle. You can join our spaces Monday through Friday. We talk about Peter Obi movement. And so my organization is Save Nigerian Group USA. We have a website, savenigeriangroupusa.com. You can donate there, and whatever you donate, we'll channel it to voter education. We channel it to move the campaign, the Peter Obi agenda forward, because we believe as an organization that Peter Obi checks all the boxes when it comes to leadership. As we go closer to the end, however, the most important thing to do now is to sponsor jingles and radio and jingle ads for more people to hear and see the message, because there is still areas where the radio can penetrate that may not have heard the message. So if you can sponsor radio and jingles hard, please do that. And also call your families. As diasporans, your job should be on the phone anytime you have any moment. Call your family and friends at home in Nigeria and ask them to come out massively, for our future is at stake. Many naysayers have predicted that Nigeria may not survive past 2015. And now we are facing a consequential election. We must say yes to a new Nigeria. We must come out en masse. We must call our families at home. Those who send money, diasporans remit $20 billion every year. You can now use that as a leverage to tell your people to vote massively for Peter Obi. Insist that they come out on election day, because Nigeria is notorious for low voter turnout. But I believe with the enthusiasm on the street and with the candidacy of Peter Obi, Nigerians will come out to say yes to a new Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir. Very, very glad to be here. And I wish every Nigerian out there success at the polls for Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen. Good luck with your mega rally in Washington, D.C. Have a safe trip, and let us keep in touch, because we will also meet here again to celebrate. So for that, I don't know if your drink is there already. I've started celebrating. And to you viewers, you've heard what he said. It's still, if you're a diaspora, deep down in your pocket, at least every diaspora can afford 100,000 naira. And that one will sponsor town jingle. It will sponsor some last minute radio jingle. If you know fit get anything, buy one schnapps, buy some tombo, buy pepper soup, give the town crier. Tell us we can go around. You even fit carry your own self, go around with them 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody here. Go out and vote, because you don't have any reason to complain after the 25th. And as Stephen used to say, we know we can win it on the first ballot. So may God bless Nigeria. May God bless all of us. And I know Allah and God, Jesus, will provide a peaceful and free and fair election on the 25th. So stay strong, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Stephen.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye there.